There we are. All right. So, in today's live stream, hopefully everything is working well. I didn't do a last check on my sound, but I'm assuming all will be okay. Otherwise, I'll see it in the chat. So for today, we are going to be going into the second solo in Honeybee by Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's going to be the finale. I've been working on it, and I was playing it pretty decently this morning. I'm going to be doing like a playthrough before we start, but I may fall off just sort of halfway into it because, well, just as last week, I just stopped teaching. So I had my last student walk out the door about 5 minutes ago, or maybe a little bit longer. So my brain is not in playing mode yet, but who knows? Let's just see. Let's just see where this goes. What I want to do is I want to do that playthrough. And then what we're going to do is the same as with previous streams. We're going to do just take it 2 bars at a time, basically, slowly work through it. And then at the end of when we've done 2 bars, I'll just give a quick playthrough with my my drum pedal, so you can at least hear what it would sound like with that, but at a slower tempo, right? So because it doesn't make sense to do it all in full tempo. And to be fair, I would be probably making way too many mistakes. So hopefully everybody is doing great. If you guys have ideas for whether it's Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff or other stuff to do on the channel, I have another live stream planned for next week at 8:15, or like 8:20 p.m. So if you have anything for that, do let me know in the chat. I definitely take it into account. So, having said that, I think it is time to bite the bullet and do this playthrough. If it goes terribly out of hand, just stick around. Just stick around. It has no reflection on the quality of the breakdown that I'm going to do of this song. That I promise you. Okay. Are you guys ready for it? Then here we go. Yeah.
Give me a buzz.
Wait a second there. I got it on a loop. Oh my goodness, man, that went wrong somewhere in the middle there pretty badly. And then I got it back like somewhere in, I don't know, what is it, bar 65. I'm kind of reading it while I'm playing it because I don't know well enough. And then yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that was my best effort for now. Maybe I'll do another effort at the end of the stream. That's what you get with live streams. You don't get 100 takes to do it right. I got 1 take, and it's winner takes all. I didn't win, so I don't know. So let's get into this stream. I'm just gonna readjust a couple of things here so everything is ready for it. I'm gonna put you guys on my other screen here so I can keep an eye on the chat a little bit. Yeah, so hopefully everybody's doing great. I'm really looking forward to Christmas break now because there is a lot of powder on the hill, and I'm looking forward to just get my feet in it. And whoops, for whatever reason, my setup is not working 100% for me. Ah, there we go. All right, I'm back. Okay. So the first bit is very similar to the pickup and the first two bars in the first guitar solo. I would say it's pretty much like 95% the same, but there are a few differences, so we'll go into it anyways. So let me play it for you first, and then we'll get into how to play it on the guitar. Here we go. All right, so that is the first riff. So for the pickup, you start on the end of 3. You have an upstroke on open E, B, and G string. Then what you do is with either your middle finger or ring finger, you make a slide from 3 to 4 while also playing B and E, like that. Then another open E, G, and B open. So then you get index finger and middle finger in third of G and B, and then open E. Nice, nasty, gnarly sound there. And then you just add your ring finger in fourth of G. So you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So you get. Is the guitar sound, by the way, too much? If so, please let me know. So then the next bit goes like this. Okay, so it's all triplets. So you play, if we just focus on what's on the B string, you play 3, 5, 5. Then you get a hammer on from 3 to 5. Then you play 5 again. Play 5 again and make a pull up to 3. So get 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, and then you end up with 5, 5, 5. And you do that with open E string along with it. So you get 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Then you get a slide from third to second on the G string. Pull up to G, and then second on the D. And I forgot to switch to this view here. So hopefully this will improve things a little bit. So I'm going to play that one more time. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Like that. The count up, and let's do this with the drummer here. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Okay, so now on to the next 2 bars. And the next 2 bars also are fairly similar to when you're in the same spot in the first solo. And those bars go like this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what do? So I'm kind of holding an E chord here. You don't really have to, but it's just kind of what I do. So you play open E to open E, then G1, and then 3 on B, and you make a full tone bend. So, and it's a slow bend, right? So it's not like that. It's just, so you really take your time with it. Then you go down the pentatonic scale. So you play open E, B3, pull up to open, and then you play third of G, slide to second, open, and then second of D, right? So again. One more time. Right? Then in the next lick, you got the following thing. Kinda. So you start off the same. So you play open E, G1, and another bend on 3. Then what you do is you play a triplet. You play first open B and E, a bend on 3, and then open B and E again. So like, then you slide from 4 to 6, like a grace note slide, and then open B, and then open E, like that. Okay, so I get. And when you combine it all, you get. So let's do this with the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, so then we get into our next section, and it's pretty easy. Let me play it for you first. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4. So what do you do? So what you do is you play middle finger G6, index finger is on B5, and E is open. You just play the G string first. So these are all triplets. So you just start with that G string, and then you just play the full 3 strings in triplets. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then in the next bar, you play also triplets. You start with this shape again, and then you move it up a whole step. Right, so you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you add your pinky or ring finger. I personally prefer my pinky on 9th of the E string. Right, so I get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's add it all together with the drums. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? So that's already 6 bars into the solo. So let's move on to the next 2. So this is where things get a little bit more spicy. This is what you play. So hopefully you can do it right in one go. So this is what you do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that last bend is actually belongs to the next bar. So what do? You start with your ring finger on G14. You give it a full tone bend, right? Then you have B and E12, and these are also triplets. So you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you get that bend again, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then on the second note of the triplet, you get a full tone bend on 15 of the B string. Like that. So I got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we get the next bar, and it starts with this like. Right? So you have index finger on E12, pinky on B15, pull off to 12, and then a full tone bend with your ring finger on 14 of G, release, pull off to 12, and then ring finger to D14. So I get. Okay. Then you get, so you have your 12th of G, bent, release, and then you play open, G, B, and E. So, okay. Then we got this bit. So what you do is you have your 14th fret bend on G. Then you play B12, E12, back to B12. So okay. So that bar goes like this. 3, 4. Okay. So now let's do those 2 bars with the drums. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That wasn't really tight. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of. All right. So that brings us to the next one. So let me play for you that slowly, and then we'll have a look at how that is played. So this would be bar 57 and 58 of your tablature, in case you downloaded it from my Patreon page. So this is what we do. So we get so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what do you do? So I get a full tone bend on 15. So I get 1, 2, and 3, right? The end of 2 is 15, just normal on E string, and then 12 on E. Then we get, on the end of 3, we get an open E, G, and B string. And then we get a triplet playing that full tone bend on G14. And then we get 12, 12 on B and E, right? So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and like that. Then we got this bit. So you play a triplet and you play 12th of B, then ring finger is going to be 15, and you slide on to 17. So 1, 2, 3. Then we play 1, 2, 3. So that is on 17. So you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we get, so that is also a triplet. You play 15 of E, so E15, sorry. Then B17, and then a full tone bend on 17 of E. So like that. So now that second bend that we have there is on the second note of a triplet. So you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but you would play 1, 2, 3. So it's on the 2. So you get, the first one is like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And a quick question in between. How many frets does my guitar have? Mine has 24, but not all of my frets are on screen, I think. Now they are on the high end. But yeah. Okay, so let's play this slowly and then with the drums. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and... sorry. So let's do that with the click. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... like that. All All right, so now we move on to the next bit. And sort of this is sort of the tail end of that lick that we just did. The tricky bit is that we very quickly move from 15th position all the way to first position on the guitar. So that can be somewhat challenging. So what do? So you play the following. Hopefully I can do it right because this is one of those tricky sections. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and kinda. So what do? So you have 17 to 15 on the E string to 17 on B, right? So, and then what I do is just from 16 on G, I just slide all the way down to second. Maybe I should start a little lower, but anyway, so then open, and then what you do is you play open E to B and E open. The tricky bit about that is that it's, again, one of those triplets where you play 1, 2, 3, right? So you don't play the 3, you just play 1, 2, 3. So you get 1, 2, 3. So you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes. So then we get a full tone bend on 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then open B and E. And then in the next bar, the bend on second position. All right, so you get a full tone bend on second on G. Then second on G normal, pull off to open, and to second of D. The tricky bit there is that bend starts on the second note of a triplet. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So let's do this thing again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. At the end, I played it correctly, but I didn't count it correctly. So then we get the following bits. So we get 1, and then, so that's open E. So I'm basically having my E chord there. So E, and then G and B. And then I'm playing D and G together. G and B, and then E and E. There you go. So something like that. So let's do that with the beat. Hopefully I do it well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right. So that brings us to the next bit. It's somewhat easier. So let me play for you first, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and all right, so what do? You start off with a slide from 4 to 6, and it's sort of a grace note slide there. Then you add your index finger on 5th of the B string, and you play B and G, and then you add your open E to that, so you get right, and you just do that 4 times, so like that. Okay, then you keep that shape in that position, And then you make a grace note slide from this position to a whole step up to 7 and 8. So like that. So that is 1, 2, 3. Then you add your pinky and ninth. 1, 2, 3. Then what you do is you play another triplet. You play G and B. 1, 2. So now ring finger in 8th of your E string. Back to G and B. And now I'm fretting 7 with my index both. Right? So I get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like that. So slowly, 3, 4. Okay, so now with the drums, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kinda. Let's see. So now for another one of those tricky ones. So we're up here in 7th position, and let me play for you the next bit, and then let's see how to play that on the guitar. I'm going to start with the last bar actually. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. So what do you do there? So what happens is you sort of make a slide into 2nd position of G and B. So, right? Pull off to open G, and then middle finger, 2nd position of your D string. So then you play open G. I keep it there actually, that middle finger. Then I play open G, hammer on to first, and then open E. So we get, right? And then we get something that starts on the 2nd of a triplet. So we get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the bend on 3 starts on the 2nd of the triplet, then open G and B, and then another bend on 3. And that one lasts a full beat. So we get, then we get the next bit, and that goes like that, like this. So this is what you do. So you play open B and E, then ring finger 3rd of B, and then you pull off, but you kind of take that E string along with it as well, like that. So I get, then slide a grace note slide from 3 to 2nd, then open, and then 2nd of D. So we get, right? Then you play open E to 1st of G, and then a 3rd bend, like a B3 bend, finishing off with open B and E, right? So I get, like that. Hey, Bartos, there you go. I was like, this chat is really silent so far, but it's good to see you there. So let's play this with the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. So, what tips do you have for me to be able to learn songs by ear and wanted to learn the the Blues Breakers album. That's a really good question. So I do have a video actually on my, I did talk about that in a live stream. So I think, I don't really know. Can you sort of elaborate a little bit on your experience with, on the guitar? Because that kind of comes into play as well. So if you're like handy on the guitar and you can play like a little bit of solo, or you know, you can sort of move around the guitar, that's a different starting point than something else. I'm going to think about that for a second, and then I'm going to get back to that. As for the question, how have I set my amp up? So this is all like in a pedal, so like a Boss GT 100. And what I have in my settings is I have an overdrive turned on, and I have the drive fairly low, so it's just like a crunch. Level is about medium high, and then let's see, in my amp settings I have a tweed combo type, and the gain there is 41, so that's like a little under halfway there. Level is around half. Bass, middle, and treble is, with the exception of treble, so bass and middle is like in the middle, and then I have my treble settings set to 70%. No presence, actually. And then what I also have is like, I have a little bit of reverb in here. Well, maybe it's not a little, it depends on what you, but I tried to get as close to the sound from Jimi Hendrix, or not Jimi Hendrix, come on, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Anyways. Okay, so, but that's kind of like, I don't do a whole lot with my sound, to be honest. Maybe somebody can tell, but yeah, I'm not a big tinkerer with pedals and such. I spent most of my time just playing, I think. Okay, so let's move on to the next licks. If you have questions, please put them in there, because I will have a look at them again a little bit later. And then, yeah, we can have a little chat there. So, hey, Jeffrey. Awesome. Yeah, I'm starting to see some familiar faces around here. That's cool. Okay, so let me play for you first, and then we'll get into how to play this on the guitar. Here we go. This is, I think, the trickiest one of the whole thing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't play it great, but I think it was good enough. So it's got. So what I think is tricky about this one is that first it goes into these really these triplet feel things, like da 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 da, where you expect them, but then he kind of plays like an accent every 2/8 notes of a triplet, so the accent displaces over several beats, which makes it fairly tricky. So what do? So you start off with a full tone bend on your E string in 3, then open B and E, and then B again. So then what you do with ring finger or middle finger, you make a slide towards 4th of your G, and then you play B, E. That's it. Then you play another slide to 4, and then you play B and E together twice. So you get. Okay, and you do that twice. So you get the bend, and then you get slide B, E, slide both, slide B, E, slide both. And then you get into this displacing pattern where you play the slide to 4 and then you play open B and E. So, and then you do that again, but now open B and G. So you get again, and then that pull off to second. So you got G second, pull off, and then D second. So you got like that. There you go. Let's see. So let me play that with the beat here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And again. Like that. All right. So the next bar, we go and do the following thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. So what do you do? So you have your E chord, and then what you do is you play E string, E, A, D, and maybe G string as well. Then open B and E, back to the lower ones, and then you get third position of B with a slow bend up. So I got. Then you play B and E, B3, pull off to open, and then that slide from 3 to second, pull up, and then second on D. Right? So like that. Then you play. So you play E string, B and E, G1, and then B3 bend. Then open B to open. So again. Play it again with an upstroke. And then you play B3 bend. And then B and E open twice. So again. Okay. So let's play that with a beat. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I saw you mention, Jeffrey, Death Night. Nice choice. I have no clue what that means. Can you elaborate on that? I really don't know. Do I look like I'm dying? Gosh, I hope not. I am warm with that took on my head, but my hair, I'm having a bad hair day. Anyways, so on to the next bit. And this is what you do. And maybe I'll do the next 4 bars because they really do go together. Next 3 bars. Let's do that. Next 3 bars. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Okay, so what do you do? So what you have is you have middle finger on G7 and you play it and you slide to 9. Then you add your index finger on B8 and we're going to be playing G, B, and E together. So get 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we do that again, but now from 9 to 11. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So again. Okay, he's replying to somebody else. I was like, what is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I would have caught it if it wasn't for the tutorial, but that's cool. Yeah, okay, so again. Then you get a slide into B15 and G16 with middle finger and ring finger, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then what you do is you remove your ring finger, put your index finger on G14, play it once with a downstroke, and then pinky on B17 and ring finger on G60. Like this, so I get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So when we put that all together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Okay, so that brings us to the next bit. Let me play it for you slowly. Although this is okay, so just a little bit of a warning. This is going to sound pretty bad because my fingers are fairly raw from practicing today to get this tutorial, make it doable for me to do the tutorial. And there's a lot of bending in this one. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and right? It doesn't sound great, but that's my best effort for now. Okay, so what do? So first you start off, of course, with this part. So that's a full tone bend on 15 on B, followed by B and E 12. And this is just a triplet, so. And you play it twice. Then ring finger 15 on B, you play it, slide to 17, and then you play it 2 more times. So get. Okay. Then you play. So you play that 17 again on B, then E15, and then E17, followed by a bend. And then what comes next is really hard to explain. So, but let's play it until there. So I get. And I think the best way to describe sort of this section here, so this bar, is you're playing triplets, right? And it's all triplets. So you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, right? But then it starts triplets with sort of a bended note and a lot of vibrato played by Stevie Ray Vaughan. So, but then at some point it sort of morphs into a bended note that is sort of dropped a little bit and then like a pre-bent release, but all in triplets. And you just do that for a bar and a half, basically. So you get. And then you get a full tone bend at the end on the last beat. So full tone bend on 17, 17 normal, and then 17 on B, and then we land into the next bar. So I'm going to do this with the drums. Oh, hold on there. Hold on. I'm going to do this with the drums again. For whatever reason, it's not doing what I wanted to do. But I'm going to set it a little slower to make it a bit more doable. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. All right. So that brings us to the last, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to 7 bars. So for those of you who are interested, the tablature is available on my Patreon page. I have, I believe I've uploaded this already. If not, I will do that today. And yeah, if you have any suggestions on tunes to do or things to do for a live stream, I have a live stream that's still open next week. I don't have a concept for it yet. I have some things in mind, but well, since you guys are here, you know, I take suggestions anytime. So yeah, maybe the Blues Breakers, who knows? Okay, so hey, Tony, great. Hopefully you stick around for a little bit. Turn this into a nice hang. So let's look at that last bit. So the last 2 bars, not the last 2, but the next 2 bars, I was going to say. I'm going to switch to my hands-on view again. And let's see how that go. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, sorry, I had to play through because these bars were unknown to me until this morning. So here we go. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and... like that. So what do? So you kind of land into this from the end of that previous lick. So, and then you land on 17 again, right? So you got. So you have 17 on B with a vibrato. Then you play open G and B. And then we got this lick. So it's a full tone bend on G2. And then you follow that by playing B and E together twice. So like that. So then you get this lick. So 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Right? So that is G2. You play it, bend, release, pull off to open, and then D2. So, right? So like that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? Then in the next bar, you play this bit. So you have that E chord. You kind of play the bass, treble, bass. Then B3 bend, then open B, open E. So then you get this bit. So that is 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you have third position of G, slide to second, pull off to open, D2, D open, D1, D2. So, right? So again. So those 2 bars together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and like that. All right. So with the drums, that's going to be like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and all right. And thank you, Ty, for that compliment. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a tricky. It's pretty tricky, and it's a long bit of solo. Maybe I should have chopped it up into 2 streams, but yeah, you know, we're here now anyway, so we might as well. So then we get into the next bit. So that's the following. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and... All right. Very crunchy with all this gain. Maybe you should pull the gain down a little bit, but 3, 4, and... So what do? So you have this A7 chord here, right? So that is index finger flat on D, G, and B in second, and then middle finger is in third of E. And then later you'll turn it into just an A chord by adding your pinky on E5, right? So it gets bass, chord, chord, bass, chord, but then A, so. So 1, 2, 3, 1. No, I'm not going to count that because that's going to screw with my brain. I'm sorry. So you get bass, upstroke chord, and then upstroke again to the bass note, and then you add your pinky. So up, up, down, up. So get down, up, down, up, down, up. And then we switch to the B7 chord, and then we play the bass note with a downstroke, then G and D. Yeah, G and D with an upstroke. So get to the A string again. So, man, for whatever reason, like the chord part is harder to explain than the previous bit. Maybe I'm just getting tired. Let's try that again. So you have the B7 chord. So pinky is on E2, ring finger is on G2, index finger is on D1, and middle finger is on A2. And you play A string, G and D, A string again, and that is down, up, down, right? Then after that last downstroke, you get an upstroke on G, B, and E to get down, up, down, up. Then you move your middle finger to second position of your E string, and you play it with, I think with a downstroke. And then you play G with an upstroke. So get down, up, down, up, down, up. Then, oh, thanks, man. Or, well, I'm assuming, but thanks so much. Yeah, that I appreciate that a lot. So I get down, up, down, up, down, up, up. And then at the end, you play bass note, treble strings, bass note. And that's it. So I get again. So if we combine that all together, we get the following thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we get the finale, the last bit. So that is all right. So what do? So you play open E, and then you play E3 bend, and then open E, 3 of B, and then a slide from third to G, G3 to second, pull up to open, then second of D, open to second. So and you play that E again. And then the chords that you play here are, what is it? F6-9 to E6-9. So what do? So you have a ring finger on B and E in 8. Index finger is flat on D and G in 7. And then your middle finger is going to be in 8 of the A string. So you play that, F, and then you move it a half step down to E. And that's it. And there you go. So with the beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. We did it. And some of you are still here. That's actually pretty awesome. So yeah, I am kind of thinking of attempting to play it one more time. At the same time, I'm almost afraid that it's just going to go completely wrong. But maybe I should just try it. Just give it a shot and see if I can do it. And then if not, you only live once, and some things you just have to try. Thanks, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. So, some of you don't know this, but last week on this week on Monday, I had transcribed the solo. I hadn't played it yet. On Tuesday, I've spent like an hour, I think. I had an hour, maybe a little bit more. An hour on it. I spent some time on it on Wednesday, and then I spent some time on it today, but not a whole lot. So it's a tricky one, man. Especially just remembering all the little differences between one lick and the other, the rhythm. It's tricky, but I am going to do it as you say, Jeffrey, one more for the road. I think that's a really good one. So let's see. So I am going to switch to, where is it? There it is. Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to give myself a little bit more of a buffer here. Just going to drag that out. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Are you ready? Let's do it.
Oh, you really have give me a buzz.
Yeah. That's the repeat. I knew I was not going to make that last. I knew it. I just felt it coming. I was like, oh, I completely forgot it. Yeah, that last bit, those last 7 bars, I saw them for the first, not for the first time because I transcribed it on Monday, but I practiced them for the first time today. So it's just like, they're not necessarily super difficult, but if you don't know what's coming, then, let me just, anyways. Yeah. Yeah, so close. I almost got pretty decently to the end, but then in the end, I bottled it. Yeah. So, just curious, Lennon, what is your favorite SRV tune? Right? I mean, I have a student who is super into SRV. I thought the kit is 9, but apparently he's not. Or it was 10, but apparently he's 9. I'm working on that a little bit, but he's playing that like really, really good. Texas Flood. Yeah, I tried to get that kid on Texas Flood and he didn't like it. I was very surprised to hear that, but maybe I can sway him to the good side there because Texas Flood is awesome. Yeah, that's maybe a good one for another live stream. That won't happen next week, though. I'm not going to do Texas Flood next week, but that is a really good one. You know what's also a really nice one is Riviera Paradise. Riviera Paradise, I kind of like because it's like it has all those rich chords in there. So the first time I heard it, I don't even think I realized it was Stevie Ray Vaughan at first. Until the solo-y bits started to come in, but yeah, that was kind of new to me, which was really anyway. But I hope you all enjoyed it so far. I've been teaching since this morning, like 9 o'clock, so I've been working for, well, not like full on working like the whole day, like 12 hours, but it's pretty close to it. So it's time to relax, have a drink, and then go to bed, because tomorrow at 6:30, those kids are going to be jumping on my bed again. So wishing you all a great night. And next week, like around 8:15 or 8:20 p.m., I'm going to do another live stream. I have no clue on what yet, but it is coming. And I think it would be awesome if you guys could be there. And we'll build ourselves a little party. All right. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next week.